Niles Barkley. Crazy. Oh, I've got a couple of seconds before we do the news so I can do some more boasts. Please wish my husband, Andy Scott, a happy Ruby wedding anniversary. We're celebrating with a Ruby Murray. Nice. And a red velvet cake with our beautiful family, say Jackie Scott. We had a brilliant weekend celebrating my sister Jill and her husband's golden wedding anniversary. There were 14 of us in the house on Friday sharing a massive lasagna, which is my favourite. Say Stella and John, who are heading down the M6. I hope you don't bump into the broken down caravan out there. Oh, Jess and Steve, we've been walking the dog in the beautiful Surrey Hills this morning. Perfect morning, except the dog rolled in you know what. I know what, I know exactly what, because my dogs did exactly the same when I took them out this morning. What can you do? They like to wear it, they like to eat it. Let's have the news. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker, and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at midday. This is Anna Jones. The head of the Royal College of Nursing has warned that nurses in England could strike until Christmas if a deal isn't reached with the government. Pat Cullen has called for ministers to improve their pay offer, saying it's neither fair nor reasonable. RCN members will walk out for 48 hours at the end of the month. The Shadow Health Secretary, Wes Streeting, was asked on Sunday with Laura Koonsberg if he supported the industrial action.
How could I? I mean, there's a risk to patient safety. It's not that it wouldn't be the right thing to do. I understand why they're in this position. Whether it's junior doctors, whether it's nurses, we're going to be back here again and again and again unless the government can give people a sense of hope and light at the end of the tunnel that things are going to get better.
The Lib Dems have called the RCN's comments a wake-up call for the government and urged it to find a solution. Ministers say the pay offer is fair and generous, and the union's decision to reject it is hugely disappointing. The building of all new smart motorways is being cancelled because of cost and safety concerns. 14 planned schemes, some of which involve using the hard shoulder as an extra lane of traffic, will be scrapped due to finances and low public confidence in the technology. Claire Mercer has been campaigning against smart motorways since her husband was killed in an accident in 2019.
He had a minor collision on the M1 near Meadowhall in Sheffield. It happened at a sign where it said no hard shoulder for 4 miles, but it's your legal obligation to stop after an accident. So they were left stranded in a live running lane, and with almost all of these incidences, they weren't in their vehicles, they were outside of their vehicles, and they were hit by a HGV.
A former politician and convicted criminal in India has been shot dead on live television along with his brother. Atiq Ahmed had been convicted of kidnapping and was facing murder and assault charges. The men were answering questions from journalists while under police guard. The local police commissioner, Ramit Sharma, gave more details.
The men were being brought to a hospital for a medical checkup. According to preliminary information, 3 people disguised as journalists fired bullets during which Atiq and Ashraf died. 3 people have been held in custody and are being interrogated.
Climate ministers from the G7 group of industrialised countries have agreed to speed up the phasing out of fossil fuels with the aim of eliminating their use by 2050. Meeting in Japan, the group set new targets for the development of solar and offshore wind energy, but they didn't back a plan put forward by Canada to stop using coal by 2030. And an ancient symbol of Scotland's monarchy, known as the Stone of Scone, will be taken from Edinburgh Castle to Westminster Abbey for next month's coronation. The exact details of when and how the stone will be moved are a closely guarded secret. It was used in the inauguration of Scottish monarchs until it was seized in 1296 by King Edward I of England. BBC News, it's 3 minutes past 12.
Well, thank you for that, Anna.
Listen live on the BBC Sounds app.